Almost everyone in Marshall County has some kind of connection to this school. We're keeping an eye on breaking news out of the Indianapolis area and a shooting at a middle school there. We are on your side with team coverage across Kentuckiana, from current traffic conditions to live weather looks with our Reed Yaden. Now, I want to bring in our Holden Kerwicki, and you've been working with investigators, and this is taking an emotional toll on them as well.
This man right here, this is his 50th consecutive derby.
6 different people from 4 different schools are suing JCPS. They say they feel unsafe and claim some administrators are putting them in hostile work environments. Se sentirá bajo cero todo el día. Ves a las 3, 10 grados y por la noche a las 9, 8 grados.
Let's go run a 10K today. You can do that for the 10-miler. Think about it. You got some weeks to prepare.
You are back. Here she is.
And I did it under an hour. That's a record for me.
That's great.
The city of Louisville is about to face some serious budget cuts due to the state's pension crisis. New video this morning shows intense flooding in Brazil. Now, you can tell from these images just how strong these floodwaters were, with a bus partially getting submerged. People were actually on this bus waiting to be rescued. The flooding killing 11 people.
We're doing it
You
too.
just broke like half the chips.
All right.
I cannot wait.
We're going to make them quickly, guys.
Okay.
All right,
let's do it.
Number one.
This is my number
we all
one.
agreed. We started the day in the 30s and now it's almost 50 degrees. It seems nice, but TG is tracking a drop in temperatures and there's chances of snow possibly in some areas today.
Yeah, do you like roller coasters? That's my only question.
You know, I don't like the ones that go really high and then just do a straight drop.
Basically, that's what we're looking at.
San Antonio had the most accused clergy with 56. There were 40 in Houston, 22 in Austin, 31 in Dallas, and 26 in Corpus Christi. Y al sur en E-Town y Campbellsville tenemos nieve al principio y luego se vuelve lluvia.
Face gyms.
Face gyms.
Working on my face.
Hey, I have a friend. I have a friend who's a beauty blogger.
Louisville Metro Council's Budget Committee is expected to vote today on whether to triple your insurance premium tax from 5% to 15%. To put that in perspective, the mayor's proposal would increase the average family's home insurance by about $12 to $13 a month. You want to have your pretzels as you're trying the different local beers. So
you take a little beer and then you take a bite of a pretzel.
So you can cleanse your palate.
Cleanse the palate.
We have 2 major national stories developing at this hour. One of them with a local tie involving a man who's now admitted to killing 90 people. It is National Taco Day. So
shouldn't that be on a Tuesday?
It should be on a Tuesday, but hey, Thursday, so Taco Thursday. We
Taco
can still
Thursday.
work with that.
Right.
Legislative session, it just ended, and there were some cuts that affected the university. Tell us about those and how are they going to be impacting students? So did someone in your office bring in their dog to work today? I did because I wanted to celebrate National Take Your Dog to Work Day. So this holiday was actually created about 20 years ago. These stops are often called routine, but that word is misleading. And a rare move by LMPD's chief. All off days for officers suspended ahead of a protest and counter-protest happening Saturday. Thank you for joining us on this busy Friday afternoon. I'm Juliana Valencia. LMPD is expected to release new information in the next hour on yesterday's deadly shooting in South Louisville involving one of its officers. Now to some breaking news. LMPD expected to release new information on that officer-involved shooting from yesterday. Let's go out to that press conference. Again, that was LMPD Chief Steve Conrad and a lieutenant with the Public Integrity Unit. Now, Chief Conrad says that a SWAT officer was not wearing a body camera. And the chief says it's because the SWAT team does not have body cameras, but they are the next special unit getting those body cameras. Now, the lieutenant with LMPD's Public Integrity Unit says the SWAT team was nearby and assisted. Officer Hogan was the first one on scene. The lieutenant says the suspect was threatening his wife, and that's when Officer Hogan fired. Now, LMPD is continuing to investigate, and we'll have much more in later newscasts. Now, Kentucky environment officials are continuing today to look for signs of a spill after the other half of the bourbon warehouse in Bullitt County collapsed Wednesday.
Chris Williams.
And I'm Juliana Valencia. It is Friday, and we're so pumped for the weekend. Give me a Friday 5-5. Woo! All right,
That's TG's favorite thing in the world. In fact, once you run over there, I'm going to hang out right here.
All right.
While you run over there.
Okay.
Because our producer's going to get furious that you're running across the studio.
Look, but I'm so fast, TG. So what are people expecting today
All I have
for
to
the weekend?
say is, however much caffeine you guys have consumed
None.
this morning, I want you to reduce it by half.
He hasn't given you
We
a high
ran a
five yet.
story
Come
about
on.
not drinking coffee in the morning
Not
yesterday.
drinking.
Remember?
Yeah, I know.
Witnesses also saying they were using chairs to break windows to jump out. So we will have, of course, much more on GMA.
Can I wrap an IOU in a box?
If I sign a $4 million contract, I will pay off your debt.
You know your parents are watching, too.
Oh, yeah.
3 weeks after a man was shot and killed outside Crumbs Lane Elementary School, another man is now charged with his murder. And listen to this. This makes me excited. So if you are struggling to get out of bed this morning, take your time. A new study says people who are always late are more successful and live longer. Researchers at Harvard Medical School claim people who are chronically late have lower blood pressure and lower risk of heart disease. All right. See? Well, researchers say that many late people have traits seen in perfectionists. This means that they won't leave the house until everything is done, which psychologists say can lead to a more successful career. Bingo!
Hey,
That's us,
Juliana.
That's us.
Do you want to tell them what happened last night? She's going to live to be 150.
All right, okay, real quick. So I had to MC the Fun for the Arts Style Icon Fashion Show, and I had to be there 8:45 to start the fashion show. I get a call at 8:30. And they're like, Juliana, where are you? I'd taken a nap.
Sleep.
And so, because I was going to stay there till 10 o'clock. So I took the nap, woke up 8:30, ran over there. I was on stage by 9 o'clock saying, welcome to the fashion show. So it worked out. It all worked out. Well, let me tell you, that shooting that killed Bailey Holt and Preston Cope and hurt 18 others prompted the students at Paducah Tillman to do something about it. A call that the students at Marshall County responded to, saying they don't want this to define them, that Marshall County is more than just a school shooting.
It was USA Day because it was supposed to be homecoming week, and they heard the first shot.
A rivalry put aside.
You expect it in bigger cities and places hours and hours away, but you never really expect it to happen in Western Kentucky.
A day after 2 students were killed and 18 others were hurt at Marshall County High School, the team they're supposed to play at the end of basketball homecoming week invites them to their school to stand together in prayer and show their support.
We have rivalries when it comes to sports, but like when it comes to stuff like this, anytime there's a loss in the community, we all come together, and that's like what our Region 1 is about.
Paducah Tillman senior Coy Mary is still trying to grasp what happened. He remembers when he first found out students were in trouble at Marshall County High School.
We're all streaming it on our phones and calling people we know at Marshall County.
Investigators say a 15-year-old student came into the common area and shot at students. Marshall County senior Elizabeth Castleberry wasn't at school that day. She doesn't know if things will ever be normal where the shooting happened.
The commons is like where everything happens. You line up for graduation there, your homecomings, your proms, everything's there, and that's where all the good stuff happens.
She says it's where people would have lined up after the big game Friday.
So when something like this happens, you wonder how it's ever supposed to be good there again.
Students on both teams want to take the floor Friday night.
I would like for it to happen just so we can show support to the people of Marshall County.
Well, that Marshall County student who tells me her friends were inside the school when the shooting happened weren't at the prayer circle today because they're not ready to face crowds. They tell her even a small noise can make them have flashbacks to what happened yesterday morning. And when I asked her about going back to school in this building, she says it's a real possibility and realizes things will never be the same.
Louisville may be known for basketball, but in terms of high school sports, most college recruits are swimmers. 20 of the state's top 50 recruits this year are from Louisville. For a city producing D1, even Olympic swimmers, our community is said to be pool poor. Our Juliana Valencia shows us the need and the efforts underway to possibly get a new aquatic center.
From 5:30 in the morning to 9 at night, the water at the Mary T. Maher Aquatic Center is moving.
Even though it's really hard, I get a lot out of it.
Lakeside swimmer Caroline Mercer is one of about 600 people who use this pool on a daily basis.
It helps me work hard for something that I want, but not just for myself, like for a team.
During swim meets, there can be as many as 1,000 people, and with the crowds, air quality can be a problem.
Every indoor facility has an issue and struggles with air quality on a daily basis.
Caroline's mom, Mary Lois Mercer, says building a new facility is necessary.
There's nowhere to sit for the swimmers. There's nowhere for the parents to sit, and they are unable to see their swimmers when they are at a meet here.
The city is answering those demands. A $25,000 study is underway to see what it would cost to add a new aquatic center with 2 public meetings this month. Louisville Parks and Recreation says what's unique is 6 groups are helping fund it, including the city, U of L, JCPS, and Bellarmine University. Lakeside Swim Team's head coach, Mike DeBoers, says the economic benefit for the city could be huge.
The hotel rooms, the restaurants, the impact of visitors coming into the city.
A nationals meet could bring in about 3,000 people, and Louisville has a lot to offer in terms of competition.
I think we have over 45 Division I athletes currently out there.
Lakeside Swim Team has produced 10 U.S. Olympians over the years, like siblings Clark and Caroline Burkle. Even the aquatic center is named after a 3-time Louisville Olympian.
Even though we don't have the best facility to train in, we're still one of the top teams. So think where we could be if we had everything that other teams have.
In Louisville, Juliana Valencia, WHAS 11 News.
Now it's the girl next door or the guy in your apartment building who's getting a shot at earning hundreds, even thousands for posting on Instagram.
People love to know, what is she doing? What does she have going on?
Ariel Moore is a 28-year-old single mom from Louisville, invited to New York Fashion Week and going to places like Miami and Aruba.
I'm actually going to LA Saturday. There's this new burger place, vegan burger place.
It all started with her natural hair about 5 years ago.
Selfies, basically. And people were interested. They're like, how'd you get your hair like that? Or what lipstick do you have on? Be Hue liquid lipstick in the shade Pretty Penny. They sent me these lipsticks months ago.
So she got into doing makeup tutorials on YouTube.
Kind of look like wine curls. I just had 2 big softbox lights and then a ring light in my bathroom.
If you want to go from the top.
Now she works with a local production company.
If you don't have good quality videos, no one's gonna take you serious.
Ariel spends more than a full work week on social media.
I'd say 60 hours a week.
Collaborating with companies like As I Am, Sephora, and CoverGirl. USA Today found influencers can demand $100 per post per 10,000 followers, but experts say that's still a conservative number.
Man, you can make 20 to 30,000 a month doing Instagram.
For brands to pay, say, $500 for this post, you'll need about 3,000 likes and 200 comments and at least 50,000 followers.
High follower count and even higher engagement means more money per post. Why are brands dishing out this much money?
Everything is social media.
Oxford Dictionary describes influencers as a person with the ability to influence potential buyers of a product or service by promoting or recommending the items on social media. The definition is even broken down into micro and macro influencers.
Typically, I have somebody helping me.
With less than 50,000 followers, Courtney Napo is considered a micro-influencer.
Try to sit in a place with the best lighting.
A micro-influencer focuses on a specific passion or topic with high engagement.
I love our restaurant scene here. It's inspired me to start Louisville Food.
At her level, some posts are paid, but others are for freebies. In this case, a meal.
Awesome, thank you. When I started Louisville Food, I probably wouldn't say there were many businesses using Instagram. It was mostly personal pages, but now Instagram can be a total marketing tool.
I think it's all about collaborations and community.
Bella Portaro-Keeper is another micro-influencer.
I think that they have a different advantage point whenever it comes to actually assisting the local community.
Bella of Louisville makes sure to blog about the good and bad parts of life.
A lot of people will write me and say that my words help them get through a time.
Each influencer having a personal impact. It's what makes the platform appealing and why the market is growing.